This is Metabo HPT's DV36DC. This is their newest 36 volt hammer drill. It's been on the market for a little while now, but we're going to be talking about it today. The one thing I don't like about this drill, the chuck starts to have a little bit of surface rust after not that long. So all my other drills are in the same weather conditions as this, and this is the only one that starts getting that surface rust. Now you have 22 clutch settings, a drill mode, and a hammer mode. In speed 1, it's up to 550 RPMs. In speed 2, that's up to 2,200 RPMs. This is a 36 volt tool, so you have to use the multi-volt batteries from Metabo HPT, which means you're kind of limited for batteries. You only get to use the 2.5, this 4, and the new T-cell 4 amp hour battery. In terms of ergonomics, I think this beats out every other drill I've ever tested. In my opinion, from what I like, this has the best ergonomics in the drill world. Just really matches all the right grooves for your hand. It sits nicely and it's fantastic. Everything about this drill feels very high quality. You don't feel anything loose. You don't feel like it's super plasticky or anything like that. They also updated the auxiliary handle from the previous model, and I think this is a major improvement over the last one. Instead of just screwing into the side of the drill, it actually does clamp very nicely around the entire thing. Nice rubber texturized grip on the handle as well. And in terms of power, this is one of the strongest ones out there. That was speed 2, by the way. Now this drill also does feature anti-kickback, and it does work pretty good. I don't like my anti-kickback to be too sensitive, especially when you know, maybe sometimes you're using your drill as a drill brush. You're cleaning your carpets in your car, or you're using it for other things to clean with. And when you're using a drill brush, you want to get into the nooks and crannies. And sometimes these drills with anti-kickback will turn off at just that little slight drill brushing. So this one isn't super sensitive. It's also not crazy unsensitive or dissensitive or desensitive, whatever you want to call it. You have to actually get up into a bind for it to work. Now here's an 8-inch fastener. This drill really has a ton of power. It is absolutely in the top 5, maybe even the top 3 most powerful drills I've ever tested on the channel. Here's a pretty massive GRK. I want to say this is a 10-inch GRK. So that does have a mechanical clutch. A lot of people prefer the mechanical clutch over electronic clutches, me being one of them. This one's very loud though, I will say. So maybe wear some hearing protection. It's quite loud. Let's go ahead and try and send it home in speed 2. Speed 2 drill mode sent that 10-inch GRK home and actually buried it too. Well, you hear me talking about how powerful this drill is, but how powerful is it really? Like, what's the peak here? Well, we're going to be testing that by using a 5/8 by 10-inch lag. The reason we're going to be doing that is because we want to try and overload the drill. We want to see where the limit is in speed 1 drill mode. And then we're going to be gauging how strong it is with a torque meter from Harbor Freight, I will say, but it's done us justice so far. So we're going to set this into peak torque. We're going to drive this lag, and then we're going to see what the number is. Let's go right here. Right there, that was 45.8. 46.6 foot-pounds. I will say that is with only 2 bars of charge on this battery though. Maybe we should go check out a different battery. That's 49.4 foot-pounds. That's stronger than my Milwaukee and almost stronger than my Flex. This thing has gotten up to, I believe, 56.5 foot-pounds with a fully charged battery. .5. Both of these batteries I'm using are not fully charged. This one a little more charged than the other one. This is a 2.5 amp hour battery with only 3 bars of charge. I'll throw in that clip where it got 56 foot-pounds somewhere. Now, how good is this thing in terms of drilling power? Well, it's exactly that. It has tons of power. That was a 1-inch Diablo Speed Demon. Here is a 2 9/16 self-feeder switchblade. In Speed 2 drill mode, by the way. And it just blasts through. How well can the Metabo HPT DV36DC hammer drill? We're in Speed 2, and we're in hammer mode with a not fully charged 4 amp hour / 8 amp hour battery. It's a 36 volt drill, so it's a 4 amp hour battery. It says 106.8. Now in hammer mode, I really wouldn't recommend using these hammer drills in hammer mode. It's almost always going to be better to use a rotary hammer, but when you need it, you gotta do what you gotta do. So it can hammer mode, it's not the worst out there, but none of them are really fantastic at it. A rotary hammer is pretty good at it though. Overall, I really love this drill, and sadly, I'm saying goodbye to it. You see, one of my fellow YouTubers, or one of my fellow content creators, Tools with Big Josh, has officially purchased this drill from me, and I'm about to go ship it out to him right now. So if you want to see more of this exact drill, you can go over to Tools with Big Josh's channel, check it out and see what he thinks of it when he gets this in the mail. The only reason I'm not keeping this is because I have to get rid of tools for now, and I have way more tools from other platforms. I only have 3 tools from Metabo HPT / Hikoki, so that's really the deciding factor. This is one of my favorite, probably top 3 favorite drills of all time. I love how ergonomic it is, I love how much power it has, and it's not a massive drill either. Keeps it pretty compact. It's really a great all-around package if you ask me. One downfall, chuck starts to get some surface rust, and I think the fact that it's 36 volts, it might give it a little more power, 1400 inch-pounds. I wish there was more battery options personally. I would also like to see pouch lithium, but Dewalt and Flex are really the only ones doing that. Milwaukee has one of them, but they need to come out with some more. They do have the T-cell battery, which is a tabless battery, which I would have loved to get that. Maybe the next time I buy this drill in the future. Y'all have a great day.